Hello, I'm Demiake Mwakalialie. This is In Focus. Vincent Makori is off today. We begin in Uganda, where African leaders have agreed to send thousands of extra troops to Somalia, where Islamist militants threaten to topple the government. The AU approved a request to add 2,000 soldiers in the war-torn capital, Mogadishu. The agreement comes as leaders wrap up the 15th AU summit taking place this year in Uganda, Kampala. United States Assistant Secretary of State for African Affairs, Johnnie Carson, says the U.S. is committed to strengthening the forces to beat the Somalia-based militant group Al-Shabaab.
Time ago as well. We believe that it's necessary to have more troops on the ground, and we in Washington have committed ourselves to support additional troops on the ground in the same fashion that we have supported the existing Burundi and Ugandan troops.
Now, joining us with more on the summit in Kampala is VOA's Peter Heinlein. Hi, Peter. Thanks for joining us again.
Hello, Demiake. Thank you.
If you could just expound on this boosting of troops to to Somalia, especially in light of continued threats by Al-Shabaab to attack anyone who's seemingly supporting the government there.
Surely. This summit really has just endorsed a decision made by the regional group IGAD at a summit in Addis this month when they said, we're sending 2,000 troops. We just want you to say yes. This summit didn't, in the communique, doesn't say yes, 2,000 or anything else. It just says we endorse that decision. It says we reaffirm our support for the transitional federal government in Somalia. We condemn the despicable terror acts claimed by Al-Shabaab. We endorse the IGAD communique, and we urge the transitional government to broaden their political base. So all is set. We'll soon see 8,000 troops in Somalia. Those are TFG Amazon troops.
Mm-hmm. Now, just moving on a little bit, obviously the summit we know ends today. What do you know about what's to be expected of the resolutions, at least surrounding maternal, infant and child health, and then also development in Africa?
Well, certainly maternal and child health has been the theme of the summit, but again, the leaders don't have a lot they can pledge. They simply say, give us the money, we can do the job. They have certainly recognized there's a great new awareness on the part of leaders. It remains to be seen, of course, if they can turn that into more maternal health care workers on the ground in countries across Africa. It's a country-by-country initiative. On one other quick item in the draft communique, a very tough statement opposing the International Criminal Court's indictment of Sudanese leader al-Bashir. It expresses disappointment that the Security Council has not acted on AU's request to defer the proceedings against Omar Hassan al-Bashir. It reiterates a decision that AU members shall not cooperate with the ICC in the arrest and surrender of President Bashir. Now, of course, Uganda is honoring the ICC decision by not allowing President Bashir to come to this summit. He stayed away, but of course he did visit another ICC country, Chad, this week.
Okay, Peter, before you go quickly, you filed a report for VOA today where you noted the frustration of some activists and also in there Yvonne Chaka Chaka, the singer, who are accusing the African leaders of not being able to address issues such as maternal health because they're diverting funding, development funding. Can you just weigh in on that?
Yes, very briefly, Yvonne Chaka Chaka really put herself right in front of President Museveni, the leader of Uganda, and said, you're saying that it's a question of money, but what about all the African leaders who are fattening their Swiss bank accounts? And you can almost hear a cheer go up. So many people, social activists and simple people around Africa do believe, and with some accuracy, that these leaders are more interested in enriching themselves. And as a matter of fact, the Attorney General of the United States, Eric Holder, was here saying the United States is about to begin an initiative to try to crack down on what he called kleptocrats in Africa and elsewhere who take aid money and use it for their own departments.
Well, Peter, that's all we have time for, but thank you so much. You've kept us quite up to date and informed about what's going on in Kampala there, the African Union. That's Peter Heinlein.